I am reviewing the movie called The Linguini Incident. I am skipping The Labyrinth because I said this movie already made all my jokes for me, so how could I possibly make a movie? How could I possibly make a review making jokes about a movie that already made all its jokes about itself?
Don't go that way.
What was that?
I said, don't go that way. Never go that way.
Oh, thanks.
If she'd have kept on going down that way.
Mine is the babe. Quiet! A goblin babe. In 9 hours and 23 minutes, you'll be mine. She said we was bosom companions.
Are you my friend or not?
No, I'm not. Hoggle ain't no one's friend. He looks after himself, like everyone. Yeah. Hoggle is Hoggle's friend.
Down in the underground, a land serene, a crystal moon.
So, I was like, we're just gonna skip The Labyrinth and go right into, what do you call it? The Linguini Incident. When the movie's first starting, we see all the girls getting ready, doing their job, trying to get to work, and whatever.
I feel that it's demeaning, terribly demeaning, to have to sit up here and wear this disgusting hair pretzel.
What are the vegetables of the day? From the passionate world of eccentrically shaped winter squashes, we bring you a frenzied symphony of vibrant specimens, all shaped like shoes and human faces.
And we see Monty, and we learn that he needs a green card, which is why he's in America.
Tony, I've got to get my green card.
Oh, how soon?
Fast.
So basically, the first whole part of the movie, we see him working on trying to get one of the waitress girls to marry him so that he can get a green card.
They whisked me off to the teletransportation unit.
And what's that?
Teletransportation unit. You get in it in London, pull a lever, and you appear in Paris almost simultaneously. Incredible, top secret.
Because apparently that's how that works. So anyways, so he keeps trying to get one of them to marry him. And eventually he comes across Lucy. And she's talking to him and he's talking to her, whatever.
Hello, I love you.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Monty.
I know, the rodeo star. Oh, no, excuse me, the test pilot. Oh, no, sorry, the coma victim. No.
Vacuum cleaner salesman? I'm a vacuum cleaner salesman, see?
And they're working at the job, blah, 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 and it comes out that he told a whole bunch of lies to basically everybody in the whole diner, the whole restaurant, because he was lying to all the girls, telling them all this different stuff that happened to him so they would feel bad for him and want to marry him. But then she leaves after giving him all his, because it gets to the end of the day, and she gives him all his tips from their job and she goes away.
I just came to give you your tips.
Thank you very much.
Well, good night.
Good night.
But he's still interested in her, so he basically follows her up the stairs and outside, and he's like, do you want to go for food or something like that? And she's like, no, we can't eat nothing, we can't do nothing because everybody is dying of salmonella.
What are we gonna eat? We can't eat eggs. There's a salmonella scare. We can't...
Porridge. We'll eat porridge.
And he's like, it's okay, we can eat porridge. And I'm like, really? But anyways, but this is probably the one part I do like in this movie. I like 2 parts of this movie. The rest of it is absolutely hideous. But anyways, continuing along. So she's like, I'll think about it, goodbye. Because she was like, I have other stuff that I do besides this raggedy job. Which we find out more about later, but he's like, what do you do? And then she magically disappears and he's like, ew.
Aren't you going to tell me what you do? What is it that you do, Lucy? Magic.
111. She's a magician. So basically he finds out she's a magician. So she goes home and she tries to do her stupid magic trick, but she accidentally almost hangs herself. Well, she doesn't almost hang herself. She does hang herself by mistake. So then she has to get somebody to help her. Because she was trying to do a Houdini trick. Because she was trying to do escapism tricks, Houdini tricks. So she tied up her legs and arms and all that so she wouldn't be able to get free. Because she's supposed to be an escape artist, but she's a failure. So she falls on the floor and is like, why? Why and why? So she ends up calling Monty because he's a pervert, and he comes over to her house at like 2 in the morning. So she's like, oh my god, why? So he comes through the door, blah, 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 and he takes all the stuff. But before he does that, he's like, so you're going to marry me now because I came to help you? And she's like, no, nobody's going to marry you. Nobody wants you. And he was like, oh, really?
You can let yourself out.
So, we'll be getting married then.
I'm not going to marry you. I don't even know you.
We're not being very nice to Mr. Monty now, are we?
So basically they have him trying to act like a halfway psycho, but it just doesn't fit because they're trying to be funny, but it could have just been done better if this was more serious of a movie than rather a slow wannabe funny movie. So anyways, continuing along. So, what do you call it? So Monty basically becomes a crazy person, and he basically could say he held her hostage in her own house, which is not possible. But anywho, so then the next day her friend comes and she's like, come get me because he has issues and he needs help, whatever, whatever.
Viv, get the key, get the key. Unlock me before he kills us. He's a nut job. On the floor by the phone.
So then her and her friend go in the kitchen and they're making marshmallows, and he's like, what's this? And they're like, have you never seen a marshmallow? And he was like, no.
What are you lovely ladies burning this morning? Little pillows.
Marshmallows.
Breakfast off, then?
This is breakfast. What's the matter? Don't you like marshmallows?
I don't think I've ever had one.
Then skipping, because I don't really care what else ever else happens to them. Back at their job. Well, actually, no, before we get to that, I'm pretty sure it's Lucy. Lucy wanted this ring. She wanted Houdini's wife's ring because Houdini is her, like, magic icon person, and she wants to be just like him. So she needs the Houdini ring to do her magic trick, and she feels like if she gets the Houdini ring, she'll be able to do her magic trick perfectly.
You're telling me you have Mrs. Houdini's wedding ring in that little box? The ruby ring with the silver filigree and the gold bezel? I'd kill for that ring.
Because she keeps failing at her trick, but she thinks if she has the ring, she'll do her trick perfectly. So anywho's, continuing along. Him and her eventually go back to work, whatever, whatever.
Does she not know that she's got a moth on her chest?
He says you have a moth on your chest. That's precisely why the English will never be great again. Everyone knows you just want your green card. $10,000 is the going rate for a green card wife.
Christ, that's a lot of bloody money, isn't it?
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
And they're talking, whatever, whatever. And both of them eventually come up with the idea that they're going to rob their restaurant and they're going to steal stuff from their restaurant. But she's like, I'm going to do it. And he's like, no, I'm going to do it.
I don't care if I have to go in there armed with a sock puppet. I've been dreaming about this for 3 years, ever since I applied for the job.
I fail to understand why you have to do it this week.
Because I need to buy a ring.
Look, I'm doing that robbery, and that's it.
And this movie is so stupid and I can't. But anywho, so them two eventually decide that they're both going to rob this place. And that they're both going to steal stuff from this place. And that the other one is not going to do it before the other one. So while they're hitching their little plan together, they decide to get her friend involved. And her friend is like, what are you doing? I don't want to be involved. And they're like, shut up. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're involved.
You stand to get $7,000.
The most I ever stole in my life was a garbanzo bean from a salad bar. There's no way I can rob a restaurant at gunpoint. Oh, you're Bonnie and Clyde suddenly.
Oh, come on, Vivian. It's an investment. You've got to think about your future.
So, continuing along. They get to the point where they're about to rob the place. And he brings her a gun and all this other stuff so that she can have to stick up the place while they launch their plot.
But as long as she remembers not to call either of us by our real names.
Boy, am I glad you said something there, Monty, because during the robbery, I was gonna say, Lucy, come help me fill this bag with money. Monty, you too.
Right, sorry.
Let's have the gun. Ugh.
In the middle of the restaurant. So then they go, and they're supposed to cause a distraction. Then she's supposed to come in and start shooting at people and take all the money. And so she comes in like 111, but nobody believes her. Nobody thinks she's being serious. And everybody's like, oh, they have the best parties here.
Don't anybody move! This is a holdup. Hands in the air! What did I just say?
Honey, I hope you have a reservation.
Sorry, guess I wasn't kidding.
What happened?
I'm tired.
Hey, you two, shut up!
So then they start giving out their money because they think she's just kidding and they think it's a joke. And she's like, it's not a joke, whatever, whatever. But everybody thinks it's a joke.
Let them terminate! Have a nice day!
Because this movie is really a joke. It's not even a funny joke. So continue along. They basically successfully steal all the money from their little restaurant. And they're all like, 111. So they take all the money, they're like, blah, 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 blah. And then Monty has a meeting with, what's it called? Cecil and Dante, who are the two people who own their little restaurant.
I just don't have the money.
What about the inheritance?
Oh, there is no more inheritance. I lost the last of it at the Kentucky Derby.
Well, what have you been doing for money?
Blackjack. Blackjack and turtle races.
Oh, Monty, you're as bad as your daddy was.
But that's not our affair.
And he starts talking to them about his little dealing and how he just needs more money. Because he promised them he would be married. He said he would get married by Friday, this and this and this. I think that's what, this part might be before or after, but Lucy said she would marry him if he helped her do whatever. And then it turned out that she didn't actually marry him. Because what happened was when they were going to get married, she took too long to come to the wedding place. And so they didn't get married, and he was like, are you kidding? That's actually another decent part in this movie where he's like, are you kidding?
Hi, we're ready to go.
Oh, love conquers all, don't it? You have your required identification?
I forgot my purse at Viv's.
Shit. We had a deal, Lucy.
I'm sorry, I feel terrible. Isn't there a late-night wedding place we can go to?
Las Vegas.
So that happens. So then he makes another deal with them. And he was like, I know a girl who can do a good escape trick. She can get away really fast. And they're like, okay, if she can do this so amazing escapism trick, then we have another bet.
I bet you double or nothing that she can escape from a straitjacket in under 1 minute.
No.
While hanging upside down?
No.
With her feet handcuffed?
No.
Inside a canvas post office bag that's locked shut. Submerged in your fish tank.
And he's like, ew, thank you, Jesus. So then he goes to Lucy and her friend.
Cecil and Dante know about the robbery.
Oh my God. We're going to jail. I'm going to jail.
There's still hope.
What?
I made a deal, a bet. I made a bet with Cecil and Dante. If we win, they'll drop all charges like nothing ever happened.
But the thing is, he already knew she was a failure because before all of this happened, there was a point where he tried to he went with her to do her trick, and she couldn't get free. She couldn't escape because she did a trick where she's like tied up in a postal service bag, and she couldn't get out because she's a failure at her trick. And she had went on stage at this little place or whatever, and she was a failure.
This is my brother, Otto. He's just filling in for my regular assistant.
You and your brother can begin at any time.
What do I do?
I can't get out.
God. We're incredibly sorry about this. We really are. We apologize profusely. Seems a little. I'm really sorry the lesbians hated you.
But this time he was like, you will not be a failure. We'll do everything and anything until you get your self together and you can do the trick perfectly.
We'll train until you can escape from thin air.
Will you stop staring at me?
I'm not staring at you. We're running out of time, Lucy. No proper food until you escape.
Well, stop looking at me.
Where do you think you're performing tomorrow night? At the School for the Blind? All right, we'll turn around.
But only for a minute.
Well, do it already.
But so anywho's, they have a party like they always do at their restaurant that they work at. But while they're there, he's like, why is she taking so long? Oh my gosh.
That upsets us, since we like all our girls to be happy.
So true. There's not enough time for unhappiness on this dreadful planet of ours.
And everybody's like, just calm down, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's like, he's like, just stall, because she'll be here, she'll be here. And so then eventually Lucy comes along and she basically falls down the stairs because she's a failure. And her stupid little dress gets stuck that her friend made. But she's like, whatever, whatever, I am Lucy, blah, 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 blah.
Lucy, the ethereal.
So then she tells this speech for 200 years. And she was like, how many people want to see me die? And then they have Iman being like,
How many of you here hope I won't escape tonight? How many would like to see me turn blue and die in this cold water? Well, it might happen.
So anywho, Auntie, he goes to be like, wait. Before they put her in the fish tank, he's like, wait, I have one last thing. And he goes up to her, and she's like, get away from me, you raggedy hobo. But he has her Houdini ring. And
Get away from me, you lying pig.
So he gives her the Houdini ring. She goes in the tank, blah, 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 blah. And then she's all, the little bag is at the bottom. And he's like, oh my gosh, somebody help her. And they're like, if you go to help her, you'll lose the bet. And he's like, oh, forget it. So he jumps in because Captain Save the Hooches. He jumped in the fish tank to save her. And then he was like, oh my gosh, she's not in the bag.
She's not in the sack.
Because actually she did do the trick. She escaped and she was like herpaderp and she was like much amazed.
Looking for me?
So basically then the whole movie is like whatever, whatever. And then he comes to her at the end of the show and is like, that was a crusty dusty trick.
I guess you really enjoyed making me think you were dead.
Well, I paid off your gambling debts, didn't I?
Yeah.
And she's like, herpaderp.
I'm going to kiss you goodnight, and I don't want you to panic.
And that's the end of the movie. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.